This is the Megacon Haul video, and I'm glad you can join us. I'm your humble host, Mr.PopCult, and in today's video, we're going to be going over all the things that I bought at Megacon Orlando 2021. I can't wait to show you. As I said in my previous video, I'm going to be showcasing some of the action figures that I got at Megacon, as well as a sword and some art that I got from one of the art vendors that were at the Megacon. For those of you who don't know me, which would be most of you because we just met, I'm a collector of action figures, so I'm going to be showing you some of the figures that I got, and hopefully in the future you guys can come along with me on a journey to collecting more figures, amassing more figures, and just completing my collection all around. More than likely, the next video I'll be doing is what's in my personal collection right now, not including these figures. Let me be honest with you, it's not that great. But I think that's the point of the video, is so that we can go on this journey together of just completing my collection. And not only the action figures, but I'm gonna be doing swords, lightsabers, I mean the whole thing. I'm gonna be reviewing toy stores from online. So if that sort of thing interests you, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you're notified when those videos come out. So for the sake of keeping the video short, let's start talking about the figures I got at Megacon. All the figures I got from Megacon are from the Star Wars Black Series line, and I bought them all at the same retailer called the Toy Addict. Now I found out that they actually don't have a store in Orlando. I'm not from Orlando either, but their store, crazy enough, is located in my local town. Now you may be wondering why I bought all my figures from one retailer. I was actually specifically looking for the Star Wars Black Series, and they just so happen to have the largest collection, the nicest collection, and at the most reasonable prices. They also had the best service, so big shout out to Dave. If you know anything about the Star Wars Black Series figures, you'll know that some of these figures that I got from there are fire. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start with some of the more run-of-the-mill figures, but as we get to the end of this segment, you're going to see some of the more rare, harder to find, more valuable figures. So with that being said, here's Kira in her Corellia outfit from Solo, A Star Wars Story. Now, I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones, so it was cool to see Emilia Clarke in Star Wars. Lando Calrissian. Now, I know what you might be thinking. He's not one of the big three, but he is a very important part of the original trilogy, so you gotta have a Lando in your collection, guys. Number 39, Lando Calrissian. C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations. Now there's different variations of the Black Series C-3PO, but this one's my favorite because it's a New Hope C-3PO with the silver leg. Yes guys, he does have a silver leg, always has. This one is super unique and really cool to have in my collection. It's labeled as Force Spirit Yoda. I call it Force Ghost, but Force Ghost Yoda, his clothes are almost like holographic see-through. It's really cool how they were able to achieve this look of a Force Ghost. Speaking of Force Ghost, how about the original Alec Guinness as Old Man Ben Kenobi? Here's Obi-Wan Kenobi in Ghost Spirit form. I really love the way they did this outfit, same as the Yoda. It almost gives it that ghost-like appearance. Here's a Jedi that doesn't get a lot of attention or screen time, Kit Fisto. You might recognize him from Star Wars The Clone Wars. He's also in Attack of the Clones and the Battle of Geonosis, and he accompanies Mace Windu in Revenge of the Sith to arrest Palpatine. Here's another unique variation. It's Han Solo in his Stormtrooper disguise. Now this figure was released between 2014-2015 in what's considered the Black Series Blue Line wave. To accompany him, we have Luke Skywalker in his Stormtrooper disguise from A New Hope. Now, I have plenty of variations of the Luke Skywalker Black Series figures, but this one's cool because it matches with the Han. But I also have a variation of this variation that I'll show you later on in the video that I like a little more. Now, these next three figures, I'm just going to kind of all meld them together because I honestly haven't seen Star Wars Rebels. I am ashamed to say that. Now, I do recognize this character because I've seen Clone Wars. I'm not going to spoil how I know her, but here's Hera Syndulla. Next up is Kanan Jarrus. Now, you might be wondering, why am I collecting Rebels figures if I haven't seen Rebels? It's because I intend to, and I already know that I'm going to love it because I love everything Star Wars. So stay tuned because I'll be doing a reaction video to the Star Wars Rebels series. Here we have Sabine Wren. Now, I don't know the character, but I do know Star Wars Black Series figures, and from what I know, this is a little bit of a harder figure to find. Not necessarily rare or more valuable, but of the Rebels line, this is definitely one you want in your collection. Moving on to the Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper disguise variation figure that I talked about earlier in the video. Now, I like this one a little bit more because the disguise is actually a little battle damaged, and I love that they gave him the detail of having the slick back look to his hair. Another variation of Luke Skywalker. I told you I have a bunch. So this is Luke Skywalker in his Jedi Knight robes. This is from Return of the Jedi when he visits Jabba's palace. It's an iconic scene, so I'm glad to have the figure to match. Now we're getting into the figures that in my personal opinion are the bangers. These are the ones that I was happiest to get at Megacon. Starting it off, we have Qui-Gon Jinn. He's actually one of my favorite Jedi. Imagine how different the story of Star Wars would have been if Qui-Gon would have trained Anakin. Speaking of training Anakin, here we have Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, like the Luke Skywalker, I have plenty of variations of Obi-Wan figures, but I like this one because I like that they made Obi-Wan a Padawan in episode 1. It was cool to see him basically grow up as well as Anakin. Now, this is for sure my #1 favorite figure that I got at Megacon, and probably my #1 favorite figure in my collection right now. It's Clone Commander Obi-Wan. I love this variation of Obi-Wan. I love the Clone Commander armor, and this figure is a little bit more rare and a little bit more valuable. Now, this set I actually wasn't going to pick up. I was actually about to leave Megacon, but Dave from the Toy Addict convinced me to get it. I do love spending majority of my time when I go to Disney at Galaxy's Edge, so this is a set that comes specifically for Galaxy's Edge for the Batuu world that they created there. Here we have a Hondo Ohnaka with Porgs, Rey in her Batuu outfit, and a Chewbacca. If you don't recognize Hondo, that's probably because you haven't seen Star Wars The Clone Wars, which I highly recommend you do. Here's the inside cover of the box. I'm going to let you pause the video here if you want to read it. Next, I want to show you some of the artwork that I got at Megacon. Now, I know in my previous video I talked about Jeff Wortham, whose booth I got some of the kind of Asian, Japanese-inspired Star Wars artwork. I'm definitely excited to show you guys that. But I also went to another booth where I got, it's probably better if I just show you. So I'll start off with the Jeff Wortham pieces. These are 6 unique pieces of artwork that he actually hand drew and then obviously was able to put, I'm sorry, I don't know much about it. I don't know how to explain it correctly, but I guess into a computer-generated format so that they can be printed for display like this. Let me preface by saying I find all of these works of art amazing. Obviously, I wouldn't have spent my money on it if I didn't think they were awesome. But I'm gonna pitch you the softies first, and then I'm gonna show you my 3 most favorite at the end. Sorry if they're a little sideways. I'm trying to position them so I don't get too much glare on them and you can actually see them. But this is the first one that we picked up was actually one of these stormtroopers. Isn't that amazing? I mean, they look sick. I actually have a kind of inspired stormtrooper samurai on my shirt right now. Next, we have a Luke Skywalker and a R2-D2. You can see here, this is where he hand signs and stamps all of his artwork. I'm gonna give you guys a guess at who this is. That's right, Boba Fett. What am I, Steve from Blue's Clues? I could never. Now we're getting into the bangers. I don't even know which order to show you guys these. Check out this sick Ahsoka Tano. Rebels inspired. Yeah, we'll go for this one next. This would be my runner-up for best one. We got the Mando with, I'm gonna call him Baby Yoda or the child. I know it's not his name, but for anyone who hasn't seen The Mandalorian, I don't want to spoil it for them. All right, this one is for sure my favorite. You know I had to do it to him. Everyone's favorite Dark Lord. Oh, wait, that's Voldemort. Lord Vader. This is my absolute favorite one. I mean, just look at that. Let me show you again. That's how good it is. I'll show you twice. Look at that. That's absolutely sick. I'm hanging this one in the middle for sure. These next pieces of art I got at the other booth that I was talking about from Ruby Art, rubyart.ca. You're about to learn something about me, and it's that I'm a big fan of Naruto. Guys, check out this Itachi. Dope. Fire. These are all also hand-drawn. I think it was amazing. They actually were selling some on like a aluminum plate. So instead of being on a painting, I have these actually in a frame, but instead of being on like paper, it was on an aluminum plate. I thought that was really cool. Here we have a Sasuke with his Mangekyo Sharingan and his Rinnegan. And to wrap up our artwork segment, here we have a Sakura Haruna. Now you may be wondering why I got a Sakura. It's because they were buy 3 get 1 free. All jokes aside, guys, this is amazing artwork. I love seeing people's creativity come to life, so I wanted to put these up in my apartment. Now we're gonna get to the good part, the part that maybe you guys have been waiting for. I know for sure I've been waiting for, because I haven't even opened the box yet. Here we have the sword that I bought at Megacon. Now I say sword, but it's not exactly that. Let me show you. Bit of a safety briefing. If you're using any sharp objects to cut tape or whatnot, make sure you have adult supervision. If you're underage, do not try this at home. All those other disclaimers. All right, guys, so, wow, this is awesome. This is amazing. Okay, so it's not technically a sword because this is a gun blade. Well, you guys can't see it. A gun blade. This is absolutely awesome. I wish I could fit the whole thing in the video, in the frame. Check that out. This is specifically Squall Leonhardt's gunblade from, you might know him from Final Fantasy. I actually met him in Kingdom Hearts as Leon, and I loved his gunblade ever since, and I've always wanted to have my own. Let me try to see if I can get the tip in there. See it? So, I believe this is actually, yep, it's a false edge. So this is for display only, which is what I wanted it for anyways. Let's see, does the, oh, please don't. Oh my gosh. So the cylinder actually moves like a revolver, and the hammer actually kicks back also. Guys, this is amazing. I'm in love. Look at the emblem here etched into the sword. This is, I mean, this is awesome, guys. I really have no other way to explain it. That's just probably the sickest thing in my collection right now. It actually feels decent. Like I could probably wield this, but I could probably also like, sorry, I don't wanna, okay. But yeah, for sure, this is, I mean, guys, I'm speechless. Sorry, let me get in a little closer look for you guys so you guys can see this portion of it. Check it out. That's amazing. The grip is actually nice. It actually fits very nice, like in your hand, and it feels natural. The contour of it feels natural. It's actually etched on both sides, in case you were wondering. Guys, check it out. This actually comes with a sheath, scabbard, sheath, whatever you want to call it. Check that out. Sorry, I'm trying to avoid the glare as much as possible. Let's put it in to see how it fits. Like a glove. And then this little strap goes around here. And hopefully it closes down. It's kind of thick. Yeah, it just clicks in right there. And I mean, this looks awesome. And it has a little gap here, so you can maybe put a belt and strap it to however you're gonna wear it on your back. Or I think it might be too long to wear on your side, so definitely gotta go on your back. But this was an amazing purchase. I'm in love. All right, guys, so that is going to be it for this video. I'm definitely gonna be doing a video for you guys on the swords that I have right now in my collection. I have 2 of them currently, but I also ordered more and a couple scabbards that I wanna show you guys, so stay tuned for that video. And as I said before, I'll also be doing more videos on action figures. I don't only just collect the Black Series figure. The majority of them are, but I'll show you some more of the figures that I collect and other franchises and things like that that I like. I mean, I'm Mr.PopCult. I have to like all of PopCult. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to the channel, become a part of our PopCult community. And if you can guess the movie reference I made in this video, comment down below. First person to get it right, I'll pin you in the comments section. Feel free to hit that like button and turn on your bell notifications so you're notified when future Mr.PopCult videos release. It's a free way to show you care. See you soon, PopCult Troop.